Hello, my dear children. Today I am going to start a new chapter of civic section, that is democracy. Students, can you see the screen? There are many pictures on the screen. So, have you ever wondered the water you are using, the road on which you are walking, the garbage you are throwing out of your house, the bus you are using, the trains you are using, the electricity you are using? Which body maintains all this? Which is the main body who ensures that the lights on the roads are proper, that the trains are operated in a well manner, that the garbage is dumped at a proper place or no? Which is the body where your parents go and pay tax? There must be a body who is administrating each and every activity. So such type of body is known as government. A government is a body that governs or administers or rules a political unit like a state or a country. So, what are the powers of government? The government has the authority to make laws, settle disputes, maintain security, enforce public orders and discipline. It also provides and maintains public facilities like roads, supply of water, electricity, and transport. Now, students, talking about the types of government. There are many types of government. The first type we are going to discuss is monarchy. In monarchy, the king or the emperor is the head of the government and he or she is the one who rules the whole country. It is a heredity process, means it is a heredity type of government. It was the most common form of government during the medieval period in India. Heredity type of government means if I am the king or the queen of the empire, my daughter or my son will become the next ruler of the same kingdom. Okay, today there are few monarchies left in the world. Example, Saudi Arabia and Yemen. Talking about the next type of government is oligarchy. It is a form of government in which a small group of people hold the whole all the powers, and that particular small group of people are the main ruling people of the whole country. That group of people are the main authorized system of the government. And the example of such type of government is ancient Rome, South Africa. Third type of government is theocracy. It is the form of government in which a group of religious leaders rule in the name of God and where the governance is based on the tenet of that religion. An example of such type of governments are Iran and Vatican. Type of government is dictatorship. It is a form of government where a person or a group of people rule the country who have seized the power by force. An example of such type of government is Germany under the rule of Hitler and Pakistan under the rule of General Ziaul Haq. Now, totalitarian government means what? The first four kinds of government, that is monarchy, oligarchy, theocracy, dictatorship, are all called totalitarian regimes. In this type of government, the monarch exercises absolute control and regulates every aspect of people's life. People have no participation in making and implementation of the law. Today, democracy is the most preferred form of the government in the world. Now, the fifth type of government is democracy. It is form of a government That is, according to Abraham Lincoln, democracy is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. According to Professor Silly, democracy is a government in which everyone has a share. Thus, in democracy, people govern the country directly or indirectly. People elect their own representatives who rules the country on behalf of them. Democracy is the most widespread form of the government in the world today. An example of such democratic governments are Brazil, US, and India. Now, talking about democracy, democracy means people power or rule by the people. The word democracy is derived from two Greek terms, that is demos and kratia. Demos means the people and kratia means the power. These two words together mean the people's power or the authority of the people. Democracy is a system in which people decide matters as a group. The term is typically used in the context of the form of government in which all the citizens have a vote. In a democratic government, the people's view influences the laws and the decision made by the government. The development of democracy can be traced back to ancient times, particularly to the ancient Greece. The emergence of democracy is not at all uniform throughout the world. The historical evolution of democracy or emergence of democracy can be understood through different phases. So, around 2500 years ago in ancient Greece, the people of the city of Athens developed a way of making decisions that was different from the autocratic ways of the past. An autocratic system of government is a type of government where one person or small group makes all the decisions on behalf of the people of the state. Citizens of the state have no say in influencing the decision. In theory, all the Athenian citizens were eligible to speak and vote in the assembly, which set the laws of the city state. In reality, the Athens was not a true democracy, as women were not included, nor were the foreigners slaves or freed slaves. The democracy, therefore, was only a very few minority of the people living in Athens. Now, talking about the democracy in the Middle Ages was the period of European history from the fall of Roman Empire until the fall of Constantinople in 1453 AD. It is also known as Dark Age. Another form of government known as feudalism developed during this time. Feudalism stressed that all the people had certain rights and developed a system of courts to defend these rights. The Magna Carta is a historical document that means great character, great paper in Latin. It was written by the barons of England who were unhappy that the king was abusing his powers and increasing the taxes. It contained 63 clauses promising all free men access to the courts and a fair trial, eliminating unfair fines and punishments and giving power to the Catholic Church in England instead the king. The Magna Carta was an important milestone in the British law and would become the basis for many international constitutions in the future, including the Australian Constitution. Now, talking about the American Revolution is an important event in the history that marks the turning point in the democracy. The first step was the creation of Declaration of Independence written by the American President Thomas Jefferson in 1776. In this document, many ideas were taken from two famous philosophers of the time, that is Jean-Jacques Rousseau and John Locke, which outlined the freedom and equality. Thus, in the same way, from the French Revolution of 1789 gave the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity to the whole world. But the First World War ended in 1919, and the period from 1919 to 39 was referred to as the temporary victory for democracy in Europe, especially in the countries like France and Germany. The Great Economic Depression of 1929 deeply hurt the democratic force in many countries. The Second World War ended with the victory of for democracy in Western Europe, while the representative governments were established based on the general will of their people. In Southern Europe, a number of right wing authoritarian dictatorship continued to exist. Talking about the modern democracies developed through the 20th century. Democracies have resulted from wars, revolutions, decolonization, and economic circumstances. The number of democracies continued to grow, and it has been speculated that this trend may continue in the future to the point where democratic nation states become the standard form of the human society. In ancient times, the idea of a democracy meant that the community would run by the meetings and attended by every citizen. After examining the facts and discussing whatever needed to be done, the people would make laws, decide every act of government, policies, and judge every dispute that arose in the community. This system, known as the direct democracy, could work for a small state with few inhabitants and a very simple way of life. It is not realistic situation for the modern world where even small countries have millions of citizens and are faced with many complex problems. Now, what is representative democracies? Under this system, people elect representatives to make decisions on their behalf. Every few year election is held and the people are given the chance to vote for the people they want to represent them. The candidates are usually the members of the political parties. The elected representatives are expected to operate in the ways that benefits the whole community as a whole. These representatives can be removed from the office during the new elections if people are unhappy with them. So, students, what do you think? What are the benefits of democracy? The main benefits of the democracy is that every adult person, regardless of any race, any religious belief, or any gender, has the same political rights as another. People living in a democratic society are protected from protected by the laws and limits on the governmental powers or yeah, more democracy leads to less internal violence, fewer wars, and less mass murders by the government. Democracy allows for information to be readily available in the public. So, in the democratic government, there are two types of democratic government exist in the world, like parliamentary form of government or the presidential form of government. Talking about the parliamentary form of government, in this type of government, two organs of the government, that is legislative and the executive, are closely related to each other. And in presidential form of government, the president is the head of the state as well as the government. Another form of government is federal government. In federal form of government, powers are divided between the state and the center. The issue of the national importance are dealt by the center, and while the other issues are dealt by the states. In socialist type of government, everything is controlled by the central government.